Today at San Diego Comic-Con, it was announced that the follow-up to Man of Steel will be a Superman-Batman movie. This is huge news, and as always, I've got a lot to say, so I'll dive right into it. On the positive side, I think it's great that they're doing this movie before Justice League. I was very frustrated at the idea of doing a Justice League movie before World's Finest, because you only get one chance to put Batman and Superman together on film for the first time. If they did that within a Justice League movie, Batman and Superman's interactions would have gotten lost within everything else that was going on. Even if they did go back and do World's Finest sometime after Justice League, it would have lost a lot of the excitement, because people would have already seen the characters together before. However, I do have some concerns about doing this now. I don't believe Man of Steel laid a great foundation for this movie. Superman really isn't established at the end of the movie as a public figure. A lot of fans have defended Man of Steel by suggesting that the sequel would sort of be a continuation of the origin in which the world gets to know Superman. It is possible the movie will do this. However, now the movie has to continue to establish Superman while introducing the audience to a new version of Batman who we have no attachment to whatsoever. I think the ideal situation is for there to be at least one solo movie in both franchises before putting them together. That way the movie represents the coming together of two film franchises and characters who the audience has a familiarity with. Aside from the character work, I'm still wondering how this new interpretation of Batman will fit into the world of Man of Steel. For the most part, Nolan's Batman franchise kept the character's abilities very believably human, which makes sense in a world where there are no superpowered heroes. However, the Batman we see in the comics, animation, and video games is less grounded because he's dealing with threats that are a little bit more fantastical. I think for a movie to deliver a less grounded Batman, it feels right fighting alongside Superman and eventually the Justice League. The world he lives in needs to feel lighter and less grounded than the Nolan world. Man of Steel felt like it was trying very hard to make every non-Kryptonian element within its world feel real, almost like the Nolan Batman world. So I'm curious to see how they will make this new interpretation of the character work. They've suggested that the story of this movie will be inspired by The Dark Knight Returns, which would suggest that this is more of a Superman versus Batman story than a classic team-up. I'm a little bit uneasy about taking it in this direction. I think a lot of the appeal of clashes like Superman versus Batman in Dark Knight Returns, or Iron Man versus Captain America in Civil War comes from the characters having a complex relationship due to their long history together. These characters have no history with each other right now, so I hope for their first meeting they steer it more towards an uneasy partnership in which their personalities clash and they butt heads a lot before earning each other's respect at the end of the movie. Overall, I am looking forward to this. I still own my VHS of the crossover movie between Batman the Animated Series and Superman the Animated Series, which I watched way too many times when I was a little kid. As someone who loves both these characters, I think the movie has a lot of potential, but it will be difficult to pull off. That's really all I've got for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe, and tune in next time.